Whoa, am I in some kind of circus? I just hope it isn't digital. Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Smiley and I think a lot of you guys know about self-inserts. Basically, self-inserts are when you insert yourself or an OC similar to yourself into different pieces of media and I guess, just hang out with them, have a fun time, maybe kill one of them, I don't know. I mean, just look at me and Pomni, we're practically best friends, we're like this, we're that close. She's just a bit camera shy, ignore that. Anyway, there's something about self-inserts that I found just hilarious. Now, self-insert can of course be made really well. There are perfect examples of it that I cannot find, but most of the time they actually, suck. No offense, but most of the time they also have their self-insert have romance with one of the characters, which, it isn't a huge deal, I don't mind. Until you either change a character's sexuality or you put yourself into an already existing pair. There's this one video showcasing a fanfic of a heated rivalry fanfic that is, they added a blonde white woman, which, yeah, do your thing, but I don't know, was that really necessary? I haven't watched the story, I haven't watched the series, should I? But does a white woman really elevate it? It can annoy me though, OCX media, because I can be there on, I don't know what pad or AO3, scrolling, trying to find something good, and then the only thing that comes up is like, well, personal OCX Jax, personal OCX Pomni. And it's just like, okay, I don't really want to read that, to be honest. Like, I just think you're doing wishful thinking, I'm sorry. I don't want to be in the middle of reading the Amazing Digital Circus, it's actually wholesome for once. Maybe the creator has even added a little mini chapter of the characters doing karaoke or something, and then Grumbus the Fungus pops up and kisses Jax.
Jax, I want to be with you.
Between you and me, I hope Grumbus the Fungus abstracts tomorrow, but just don't tell her that because she's really sensitive, as she calls it. Don't get me started on reader fanfics. I can admit that I have read a bunch of them, like a lot, and some are actually amazing. For example, this one, I'm not saying you should check it out, but if you have time, then you should check it out. But they're also comedy gold, because what do you mean, Mr. Smiley searched through their wardrobe, picked out a purple dress, and put it on. Like, excuse me? I didn't want a purple dress and doing their makeup? Like what? I am a boy and I wanted a pink dress. I think a good reader X media should be non-binary and should wear pretty basic clothes, like, maybe jeans and a t-shirt or something else, maybe a hoodie. But they can also, figure out what their readers actually really like, and then maybe find something that most of them like, and then you can make your YN, I guess, wear that, which would, give it more of a personal connection.
Well, can you do any better?
Yes, I actually can. I came up with the concept of a reader for the Amazing Digital Circus story a while ago, and here it is. They would be a boy in the real world, but once they got transported into the circus, they would get the, avatar or body of a girl, which would make them start, questioning their gender and, starting to question what gender they actually are, and maybe even what gender they want to be, because, of the whole, the circus kind of, changes their minds. And I just think that would be really fun to see represented. They would have a gender neutral name like Ash, and I would love to see them be displayed in a video game style, specifically Nintendo 64, because the whole polygon style, for example, like Link from Ocarina and Majora's Mask, would just fit really into the weirdness and funkiness of the circus, and it would just be funny to see. Yeah, the outfit would also consist of basically Link's outfit if you took away the cap that he wears, because I don't think it looks that good. And let me guys know if you want me to maybe make a fanfic about it, and if you want to make something about it, then go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just maybe credit me a bit. But yeah, I actually do love reader inserts. There's just something about it. I mean, reading about the same series over and over can become a bit tiring, and a reader insert can just, spice it up a bit, and they can be beautifully made. I'm talking the Mona Lisa of YNs. But they can also be the worst character you've ever seen. I mean, Mona Lisa, you have the story I showed earlier. The worst, you have, I don't know, other stories, I guess. You have that heated rivalry story. Yeah, that was a good comparison. Anyways, which I actually think it can become funnier the worse the YN is. But I also recommend, if they have a playlist to go with story, I actually recommend listening to it because it's just hilarious. Like most, I'm gonna be honest, I'm sorry, but most authors have just terrible music taste. Like, and I'm not saying I have the best, but I'd like to think that mine is better. I'm just gonna say that. But I actually recommend it also because you can actually find gems in it. Like, I found the song The Other Side from The Greatest Showman in one of the fanfics, and now I listen to it because I think it's a great song and it's really, catchy. And no, I'm not giving you the name of that story because, it's a bit private. Also, I read a story with YN, that it was a musical with, songs. The author had made their own song for YN. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But oh my god. I will not name it either because, yeah, but, I guess it's for myself, for YN, basically the same thing. I promise I did not sing that. I did not sing this, okay? But yeah, I still love the author. She's just wonderful. OCs are also just wonderful. I mean, some people are just so talented in adding their own OCs into media, and I think it's great. I think it looks great. I think it's very fun to watch. If you like a piece of media, then why not spice it up? Why not, add yourself to it? Why not? Maybe you're like the perfect human being. Then why shouldn't you be there? Like, you have the right to be there. People also just draw fantastic, and I love seeing drawings of their OCs in either their own style or the style of the media that they're, portraying, I guess? No. Okay, I'm just gonna use that word. Just keep doing it, but don't ship yourself to real life people because I feel like that can be a bit parasocial and weird. But if the real life person is cool with it, or they think maybe it's funny, then go for it. I'm not stopping you. Also, feel free to just, say where I can find your OCs, and I'll probably check them out because I think it's really fun to watch. Although the funniest self-inserts are the comedy ones on TikTok. They fry me every time. Firstly, I really just like the ones that add themselves. Not animated, not 3D modeled, but just them in front of a green screen and then Photoshop in. There's just something about it. There's a TikToker named Wilkeen, and he does it perfectly. I mean, he did it for season 3 and 2 of Squid Game. I know that's in the wrong order. I said it wrong. You don't have to comment on it. And it is the best 42 minutes of my life. Not only does he have good jokes throughout it, but his character is also like better than most in Squid Game because, at the end I was actually really rooting for him, and I just recommend checking him out. Also, the, Windows Squidward is also really funny. But in my opinion, the best are the ones that just add reskins of already existing characters. For example, maybe you take Vox and, make him a girl or something, and then you give it a stupid ass voice. Oh my god. Either my humor is cooked, or it's funny, because I find that shit hilarious. I find it so funny, because they always look like a sleep paralysis demon, and they have this stupid ass voice, for example, Crumbus the Fungus. And the Loud House OCs are the best in my opinion. I'll give you an example. Here it is.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Picking on my best friend, LinkedIn? You seriously have crossed the line, and now I have to use my evil demon powers on you. Hope it was worth it, shit brick.
here and breaking character, which just makes it so much better. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week.